Have you tried to make some cuts with your lifestyle to save money and found them to be unhelpful? Rather than help you keep some money in your bank, are they keeping you miserable and questioning your life choices? The point of living frugally is to improve your health and your wealth, and there are living tips that can actually help you achieve that. Number 10. Be serious about paying off debt. Living in debt is one of the leading causes of stress. It doesn't matter if you owe your best friend a few $100s or your bank hundreds of thousands. Debt is uncomfortable and can't allow you to save any money because everything that comes in goes out immediately. It is, therefore, important to have a plan in place to pay back your debt. Start with the small debts, which could be your credit card. Statistics show that the average American has $5,000 in credit card debt. If you are only making minimum payments on it, the amount continues to grow with interest. As you embrace frugal living, aim to pay off your credit card monthly. Until it's all paid off, go cardless for a while. You need to be aggressive with other debt payments too. Student loans, personal loans, or car payments. Devote a portion of your income to it and set a date to keep you accountable. Of course, deciding to pay off your debt might require some sacrifices. Until you pay it off, you may have to give up your gym membership or decide to watch only one streaming platform. All of this will pay off once you are debt-free and saving more than you ever had. Number 9. Travel off-season. There is so much world to see beyond your little town. And besides, some of the scenes you will come across make for great content on your social media pages. If travel is something you want to do, there is no reason to break the bank for a few days. You can travel off-season to get cheaper costs and get the most out of your trip. Rather than spending forever in lines to see attractions when everyone is going, do it differently. Check out the country you want to travel to beforehand. That means that you can't do spontaneous trips like everyone else, unless you are surprising yourself with a trip to your local restaurant. Plan out all the places you want to see and find deals or offers. You could also decide to go with a local guide or use Google Maps to reduce cost. If you can't travel abroad, do something within your own country. It could be a road trip, a beach trip, or just visiting a national park. Being frugal doesn't mean living a boring life. Number 8. Go cheap with exercise. When you look good, you feel good. But most times, people think you have to pay up a lot of money to look good. That's why they sign up for gym memberships. Unfortunately, more than 70% give up on the gym within 3 months. To get into something more lasting and effective, try using the items readily around you. You might feel lazy to drive to the gym, but a simple run around your block while listening to your favorite podcast will achieve more results. Exercise is about actions, not good intentions, so start small. 30 minutes of skipping rope is better than browsing which gym you should go to. Save that money and improve your health with cheap exercise you can do in your backyard. You should be able to get results even when you are living frugally. Number 7. Have fun at home. Entertainment doesn't have to be expensive. You don't need to make it to the movies every day of the week to have an interesting life. Nor does social drinking and clubbing have to be the epitome of your nightlife. You can do so many things at home that will give you that dopamine hit and create a better memory and example for your children. Start out with board games, Scrabble, chess, Clue, and so many others. You can decide to have a family tournament so that everyone brings their A game. Puzzles are a relaxing way to spend the time as well. Think about having a karaoke session at home or just cooking together as a family. Find a show you all enjoy and watch it together. Once you decide you don't have to spend money to enjoy time together, you'll be surprised at how creative people around you can get. You could switch meals up with a picnic instead of hitting the expensive restaurant that just opened. Spending a lot of money does not guarantee the best experience or memory, so start thinking outside the box. Number 6. Let your clothes match your lifestyle. If your idea of dressing up is the comfiest jeans and silliest graphic tee, then you don't need to fill up your wardrobe with ball gowns or stilettos or tuxedos. Chances are you will never wear them and they'll just take up a lot of room in your wardrobe. Your clothing should match your lifestyle. If you are a more active, hands-on kind of person, get the kind of fabric and designs that go with that. If you will be driven around in a golf cart for most of the day, you can get away with some expensive designer pieces. If you are a homebody and only go out once in 3 months, get the sweats you are most comfortable in rather than that jacket they told you will look cool. The more you know about your preferences and interests, the less you'll be tempted to buy outside of that zone. And that will help you save money in the long run. For whatever you're buying, make sure you get the highest quality so that you're not shopping for clothes every 2 days. Number 5. Move closer to the city. The city is buzzing with so many amenities. The hospital, library, shopping mall, school, and cinema are all probably within walking distance. Moving closer to the city should help you eliminate transport costs and probably get rid of that old, money-draining car. When you've got a car, you have to account for insurance, car payments, repairs and maintenance, gas money, and other costs that will come up. Not to mention the havoc it wreaks on the environment with its carbon emissions. Most cities have a functioning public system you can take advantage of. This is a better decision if you are constantly driving into the city to access services, banking, healthcare, and maybe your job. You lose a lot more traveling back and forth, both in time and money, than you would walking to the various places if you live close by. Find a place that's suitable for you. It doesn't have to match everyone's idea of city life with 3 bedrooms and a pool. You can get a roommate to split the costs with, and you'll be able to maximize your frugal living. Number 4. Have a sale. With time, we all outgrow things. Our favorite clothes don't fit like they used to, and we no longer have reason to use some of the items we had. Don't be so quick to throw them out as trash, and rather than pile those up in the garage, have a sale to help declutter your space. Make some extra money and get the items to people who will benefit from them. A garage sale will help you get things out fast without struggling to move them to various places. What you see as a collection of old books might be an absolute treasure to a child starting to read. It's also important to detach from sentimental items. It doesn't matter that your child made it for you when they were 5. If it's in storage, then you haven't thought of it in a while and should get rid of it. We need to value memories over possessions to do frugal living right. If you don't want to have a garage sale, think of selling the various pieces online. You could list your items on Facebook Marketplace, eBay, or Craigslist. Frugal living is all about making that extra dollar where you can. Number 3. Get creative with food. Most people like to eat out to treat their taste buds to something new and in the process lose about $3,000 a year. However, you can create mouth-watering meals at home. There are a number of recipes you can make with just rice and a few extra spices. The same is true for almost every other food. Get a recipe book or watch one of those cooking channels to kickstart your own ideas. Some people like to try out non-traditional dishes to keep things exciting. Look into Ethiopian or Thai cuisine and get those that you can comfortably try out at home. The first time might seem intimidating, but cooking is not exactly rocket science and you should do just fine within a few tries. Don't be quick to throw out the leftovers either. For as long as you store them, you could eat a healthy meal for the rest of the week. You also need to get smart about grocery shopping. Take advantage of coupons and the farmer's market near you. This will help you save money while still getting the best of the produce. If you've got unused space around your house, think about growing your own vegetables. Start with the ones you use often: tomatoes, peppers, onions, and carrots. You will be able to cut back on how much you spend on groceries if you don't have to pay for those. Number 2. Have a timetable. Having a set time for something helps you have discipline and in the long run will help you reduce cost. One of the things that end up taking a huge chunk of your money is utilities, so have a plan for that and make sure all the people you live with follow it. Have a set day when you run the washing machine and not whenever anyone feels like it. And if the weather is friendly, opt not to use the dryer. Try as much as possible to have a communal meal so that you don't have to use your kitchen appliances every 2 hours and run the dishwasher so often. Have a day set apart for all your shopping so that you are not giving into impulsive shopping. Plan for when you will have friends over. Even though it's relatively cheaper than going out, if you are hosting often, then you might feel the pinch. Decide which days you should go out. Maximize the days with discounts or couples deals or kids offers. When you know what's happening and when, you can plan for it and reduce costs to do it, like carpooling with your friends to an event. A fruitful, frugal life requires organization. Before we get into number 1, make sure to check out the links in the description for our best recommendations to boost your savings. Number 1, be your own person. You are going to have to say a lot of no if you are to live frugally, to yourself, your social circles, and to peer pressure online. Most times we find ourselves making purchases not because we love the product, but because someone convinced us that we needed it or that it's trendy. To save money, you need to examine those impulses logically. Do you really need another blue bag? Does your entryway need another basket of knickknacks? They might look nice for pictures, but they are not very practical for daily living. Don't copy what everyone is doing online. Be yourself. Aside from the things you are tempted to buy, you'll also have to say no to social situations. If you can't afford to lend your cousin that money or your car, say no. If you can't make it to your aunt's neighbor's brother's wedding, say no. Your first obligation is to your financial stability, and you should protect that as much as you can. Only you know how much you are truly earning and what you can get away with.